As the world changes and people lose their mind, we are here for yet another episode of Georgia on the Grind. What's going on, y'all? Dogysamich here. Just wanted to touch base with people, update you on another tournament that is creeping up. One that just came up out of nowhere and is going to happen really quickly, and talk about a couple that just recently passed. Everything that's going to be the standard for the foreseeable future around here. When last I left you, I think the only two events that happened was the Esports Arena Tekken Thursdays, the first one that happened in, I think it was Woodstock, if I remember correctly. Had a few people show up to there, notably Poke Chop and Abstract. I think it was Poke Chop, Abstract, and Owen 2, and some other names, if I remember correctly. But it's a good little introductory tournament for them. Of course, it was just Tekken, as the name implies. And then the Reboot crew in Macon had their returning Reboot Retro Barcade FGC tournament for February. We'll say the whole name like a pimp name slick back. Had 4 events, if I remember correctly. I could just open. That would make some sense, right? Instead of trying to guess. They had Tekken, they had Street Fighter, they had King of Fighters, they had Guilty Gear, and they looked like they had a good time. I'm gonna give you the results to both of those events, VODs as well. Well, I can give you the VODs for Reboot. I don't know if ESA had a stream or anything. I have to delve around for it, but if I come across it, I'll let you know. That being said, the new event that I wanted to talk, well, before I get into the new event, there's a quote-unquote old staple that I want to put some more light on, which is 404. Just like I've had on the calendar every time for this, 404, they do weekly tournaments. They also do big monthlies for Ultimate, for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Tekken 7, but they do weekly tournaments. The weekly tournaments are really based on the customer's demand, which is why I don't really go out of my way to try to update it week after week. I mean, I honestly should, but the ultimate thing that I'm trying to do is get people to be more informed and involved with getting the information themselves. So I'm pointing you at 404, and if you're interested, you'll do it yourself. Not trying to be mean, but again, trying to teach people to fish, if you will, right? But the reason why I wanted to point out 404 specifically is there's been talks about KOF 15. I mean, it's the new game right now. And the week that it launched, they had 404 had a tournament on Friday, which was the day it launched. The day it launched to everybody. And then they actually had one that Wednesday before, which was like an early access tournament. And a lot of people kind of assumed that, wrongfully assumed that they would just continue to have it on Friday, because why would you not have a tournament on Friday? But come to find out the next week, which was last week, they only had a tournament on Wednesday. And people were like, well, I can't make it to Wednesday. A couple other people in the community were like, if you reach out to Greg, Final Boss, the owner of 404, and you let him know that you would be willing to come out for another day, maybe he can put something together. And for this week, at least, there are going to be 2 KOF 15 tournaments at 404. There's going to be one tomorrow on the 2nd, which is Wednesday, and then one Friday on the 4th. Yeah, that's what happens when you communicate with people. Changes are made, lines are moved, stuff happens. That's ultimately what I'm getting at with that. And like I said, to begin this, if you're interested in other games, you should really look at the Twitter account for 404. I'm pretty sure that Greg keeps the website up to date, and the Discord. I'm going to put myself out there on the line. I honestly don't look at those too much, because I look at the Twitter enough and I realize that he's constantly throwing information out there. So if you're interested in going to 404 for KOF and a handful of other games, keep in touch, keep up to speed with what's happening with 404. So that leads me to the newly formed event that is coming up this Friday. It's newly formed, but it's another monthly. It is Breakout again. And I know what some of you were thinking. It's like, didn't Breakout just happen? Actually, it did 2 weeks ago. that was the February breakout, and turns out that the March breakout is going to be on the 4th as well. It's going to be running the same games. It's going to have KOF 15. Hopefully they actually get people this time. It's going to have Tekken 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and they are adding one new game to the rotation. It's not Street Fighter V. Yes, that's a jab at current events. They're adding Guilty Gear Strive to their events to round it off for a nice odd number of 5 games. So yeah, if you're looking to get some Strive, KOF 15, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ, or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate this Friday, and you're on like the south side of Atlanta, down near Morrow, Georgia, check out the Zone Breaker. And that's really all I have for today. I mean, this is the part where if I was trying to make this like a completely fighting game topic podcast, I would talk about the big current events. And I probably do need to brush up on that some more. But the first thing I'm trying to get established is getting people informed about events that are happening. Because I'm sick of people screaming and screeching and crying and hollering about, I don't know what's going on, when the information's all out there. So I'm just putting more information out there. And I'm ranting. Speaking of putting the information out there, you already know what's going to be at the end of this. And I'm going to call it a day. Until next time, be easy, yo. Peace.